Hello Gameheads and welcome to Mobile Game Reviews, the show where we talk about recent releases and whether you should try them out. Today's game of choice is June's highlight. It's called Skul the Hero Slayer, and as usual I'll be diving deep into the depths of its mechanics and overall fun potential to help you decide whether you should actually get and play the game on the mobile console. Before we begin, I just want to outline a few parameters that I will be using to help you understand the video. I'll be focusing on a more flow state style rant about the game, highlighting its pros and cons in different sections of the video. This will be shown on the screen and will allow me to give a ranking after I reach my conclusion. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. Skul the Hero Slayer is the latest action roguelike by the prestigious Playdigous and is a port of a much older 2021 game developed by Southpaw Studios and published by Neowiz. It follows a skeleton warrior known as Skul on a quest to save the denizens of the undead demon empire who have been wrongfully ambushed by the so-called heroes of that war. Your job is to fight through this war to restore the empire to its former glory and possibly save the Demon King in the process. The premise is a refreshing twist on the classic hero narrative, putting you on the side of the demons against egoistical heroes. One of the game's highest selling points is the ability for the hero to switch his head. This allows Skul to switch roles from a brawler to a mage to a chain-wielding hell rider to a shield bearer to an archer absolutely flawlessly. This fluidity in gameplay style is a major pro, allowing you to find the character that best suits your gameplay. Each character you possess offers a new style, letting you experiment and find out what works best for you. However, you can't 100% choose the type of Skul you get, as it is mostly random. Sometimes you might get a weak Skul or a Skul that doesn't really go in tandem with your game style. Other times you might get a really overpowered one, inconsistent, but it's still an interesting mechanic. Unlike many roguelikes, Skul the Hero Slayer has a linear storyline. As you progress, you meet generals of the old empire, each providing new elements of the story. This is a refreshing change from the vague storylines of most roguelikes, making it feel more like a traditional RPG. Speaking of traditional RPGs, the game features a level up system, using these chaos emeralds to enhance health, base damage and other statistics. This RPG element allows you to develop your character and progress further into the dungeons. However, this leads to one of the game's major drawbacks, the grinding. To level up this power system, you need to grind through levels repeatedly, filled with enemies that, while not really challenging individually, can become downright tedious. The enemy types aren't very innovative, often feeling either too difficult or too easy. This repetitive grind can be boring if you don't have the patience for it. Another key point is that the dungeons aren't truly random. Once you enter a dungeon and see the first part of it, you can pretty much predict the type of enemies and the structure of the arena. While some might see this as a downside, I find it as a refreshing change from the fully randomly generated dungeon typical to that of the roguelikes. In conclusion, Skul the Hero Slayer is an action-adventure roguelike with strong RPG elements. The combat is fluid and well thought out, but the enemy types can be boring and repetitive. The boss battles are unique and engaging, and the story is deep and nuanced without being overly mysterious. The head swapping mechanic brings a lot of creativity to the table, making the game enjoyable despite its flaws. However, the grind for leveling up can be tedious, and the lack of health potion makes the game challenging in a frustrating way at times. Overall, it's an incredible experience that I would give a solid 9 out of 10 astronauts. It's a great roguelike with a lot of potential. Did this review help you decide whether to try out the game? Let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know which other games you'd like me to review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is your host, Playdigous, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.